Hello, hello, beautiful Lovetarians. This is Natalia PH and my fantastic musical guest, Theo Newton. Hello,
Hi.
Theo. Yes, Theo and I, we've known each other for very many years. Theo, how many years is it?
Well, almost 10 years. No, a little bit more. It's 11 years. I think we met
Yeah.
first in 2010, didn't we?
That's right. That's right. Theo is
Yeah.
my good friend, and he was also a partner in a film production company that we ran together when we were creating beautiful films about the region of the Costa Blanca. He was writing a music for those films as well. And of course, he is a renowned composer, musician, recording artist. He's Danish, and you can find his music everywhere. Theo, where can we find your music?
Yes, as you say, everywhere, because nowadays it's online, and well, we used to release CDs, but that's not possible anymore. We don't sell. Well, I sold one recently for a Canadian girl who wrote to me, "Can I buy a CD?" And well, she got a couple for one price.
Yeah,
but
that's a little
but
bit
you know,
old school, right?
but now it's simply online. It's a few people download. But otherwise, the streaming is where you get my music, and you can find it on Spotify and
Yeah,
Amazon.com,
yeah,
on Apple, and
cool.
I mean anywhere. If you're in Russia, you'd find it on your local or the Chinese platforms everywhere.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, then let's tell a little bit about your music and how it is special. How could it help a person elevate their consciousness? How it could assist in their awakening?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that m- music, uh, music will influence your vibration, whatever kind of music it is. If you're listening to heavy metal, it will do something to your body, and maybe not in a good way. And if you're listening to relaxing music and with the right tempo and the right instruments and so on, it will influence your vibration and your well-being in a special way. And that's a positive thing. And I have been writing music intuitively all my life, and that means, well, I started as actually a kid or a young man, young boy, as a teenager to make music, and it's always been intuitively composed so that it is melodic and it is yeah, people feel something when they hear it.
Mhm, mhm.
And I've developed that up through the years, and I made a lot of music for television, documentaries, film, and that's a time when some people contacted me and said, "Well, can we buy your music on CD or LP or whatever it was at that time?" And well, no, it's not available. It was only on the films, those films. And then I thought, okay, maybe I should release something. And I got more and more people writing to me and saying, "Well, it actually helps me go into sleep when I listen to. I heard some of the film music that you made there and there, and then I thought I better release it. And when I did that, I got even more response from people who said, for instance, "I'm not afraid anymore to go to the dentist because I listen to your music."
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
at that time, I really understood that the music did something, and then I had to sort of go deeper into and look into my own music and find out what is it that does that, because I was composing and producing the music with as I said, intuitively, from my intuition. I didn't think if I use this and this instrument, it will help people getting in a better mood, or sleep better or something like that, or it will be pain killing. But I just intuitively use these kind of instruments that helped, and I also had this tempo, which is around 60 bars per minute, which is the same.
Like the
Uh,
heart.
it's the heart beat of your mother when she's expecting you, well, in the womb. So this is when this is a heartbeat or a tempo that gets us relaxed when we hear that.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
on that note, let me just tell the audience here that I had 5, 6 years ago or something, I had written a little booklet about your music and the benefits of music, which we really went deep into it, didn't we, Theo?
Mm.
And we can actually give it to anybody who would like to receive it. It's a very short booklet. There you have all the resources, science about frequencies and why it is beautiful and important to listen to highly vibrational music as opposed to what you just said, and how it really influences even our health, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about this frequency of your music, because it is special.
It is. Well, we can talk about anything has a vibration. I mean,
Yes,
anything, a stone or chair and pencil,
this.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything. But we more talk about vibration when we sort of can see it. And there's a good example if you look at a loudspeaker. Uh, a large loudspeaker, you've seen that at concerts and so on. And if you see the bass, especially, that vibrates. You can actually see it move. It moves when you're close to it.
Yeah.
With the vibration. So there you can actually see the vibrations going out. And vibrations come from everything, from our when we speak. And another example is if you take what's it called? It's called a tuning fork.
Tuning fork. Yeah.
Yeah, it has a 440 hertz, for instance. If you turn that on in one end of the room, and you have another one that is not turned on in the other end of the room, it will vibrate because it has the same frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a confirmation that this that if you have a vibration, then the same vibration will respond to the vibration that you're sending. I must say, I'm not a scientist at all. And as I said before, I am a music maker, and I'm working intuitively. I have had my classical education and been educated since I was a child, but never in the terms of health and alternative stuff like
It just happened
what
by
we're talking about.
intuition. Yeah.
Exactly. But this, when the vibration works, this is what happens. For instance, when you have the music, music that is emotional, composed, that means it has a melody where the tones like each other. They are very easy to listen. They're a catchy melody, and that sometimes touches you.
Yes.
And I mean, it literally touches you. It's not like we say it's a touching thing and so on. It actually touches you because the vibrations go to your brain, heart, and your body, the whole body. So it's on many, many levels that you sense the music, and also actually a lot of other things happens when you get the music to you, because all these vibrations will do things to your body in a positive way, like the hormone level will
Balance. Yeah.
balance. And but you know a lot about that, because as you
Yeah.
tell we wrote this together,
True.
or it's you who wrote it.
And you know, you are familiar with the solfeggio frequencies, right?
With the what did you say?
solfeggio frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are at 433 hertz. That's when Mozart was writing a music,
42.
432.
No,
433.
32.
Well, I have
It's
a
it's a 432. That's also
Yeah.
the one that I'm using in Ho'oponopono song.
Yeah, can you tell a little bit about that, and why did you combine Ho'oponopono mantra into your music? We'll play this clip in a moment, but what inspired you to do it?
I got interested in Ho'oponopono, which is an ancient Hawaiian habit or practice to heal others and thereby yourself. I mean, there are 4 simple sentences that says, what do they say? Thank you, I love you, I'm sorry,
Please forgive me.
please forgive me, and maybe in another way around. You can do it different ways, and that means that you are forgiving others and thereby you forgive yourself, and because we all one.
Well,
That's
actually,
the philosophy.
You start with yourself, because everything is arising from within you. So when we do Ho'oponopono, we do the mantra on ourselves, and then it will influence as a wave other people, right? So I mean,
exactly.
you know that you are the source. You are the source of the universe, and then everything is being reflected back to you, right? Through other people, through circumstances, and so on. So because in our workshops in the Lovetarian way, we're using Ho'oponopono a lot. And when I'm doing the healing, for example, I take responsibility for whatever happens in my life. I might get triggered, something happened, and I might not feel very happy at the moment. So then I do the cleaning of my own energy fields, and then it will influence others, So if I would have a fight with you, of course I can tell you, Theo, you this and you that, and I'm sure, Theo, we had some fights when we were working together. But I would do the cleaning. I will take 100% responsibility, and you will feel it just as music at this subconscious level, and you might feel better, maybe not, but I have done my work, so I am taking 100% responsibility, because that's Ho'oponopono is about 100% responsibility at the end of the day that we have for our energies, right? And as we clean our energies, it will influence others. So when you use this beautiful mantra in your beautiful music, the combination was super powerful, right?
Exactly, and then when you have the universal frequency, which is also it is called the 432 hertz. Some might use a 433, as you say. It's actually 432 point something. So, well, it's around these minor. If you take from 440, which is the normal frequency, it's 8 less.
Well, I'll tell you something interesting that I read just recently, that in 1950s, talking about elevation of humanity's consciousness, apparently in 1950s, all the instruments, modern instruments, were tuned into 440, which actually is causing stress and anxiety, apparently. So it was used to control the consciousness of humanity. But the healing music is the one that is on 432, 433. So isn't that interesting?
It is.
Because the old instruments, they had different frequency, right? They were tuned into different frequency.
Yeah, but this is not, if you're a little bit into what's happening in the world behind the scenes, things are getting better. But how we have been controlled by the elite, Illuminati, whatever you call it, the cabal, for
many
centuries, and I mean, especially the last 80 years or so, a little bit more, it's been really, really tough. and
Yeah.
people think this is how it should be, and that is how the world is. And the more and more you learn, it's more and more difficult to be in the world, isn't it? Well, I
Well,
mean,
but we are with this, what we are doing, what you are doing, we have our contribution to increase the frequency and create heaven on earth realities when we all take responsibility for cleaning our own vibration, for making better choices, choosing better thoughts, feelings, tuning into beautiful music, relaxing, being at peace. Of course, it is all, everything is connected. We are one energy field.
Yeah.
So, if you say you don't buy into the energy of fear,
well,
because that is what I believe that is the most, people are a lot of people are very addicted to fear, and fear is very addictive. Negativity is addictive because we have been conditioned into it. From childhood, really, you hear just no, you can't, this and that. We're not trained to be sovereign beings, but now we are awakening to stand in our power and be sovereign beings. So how can your music help, assist in global and local awakening? Like, just get into it more, because I'm sure you've got some nice things to say about that.
Yeah, I actually made an app a
Right.
couple of years ago. It's a web app. It's not an
Okay.
app that you can find on Apple Music and the Google Play. You can't find it there. It works exactly like an app because you can also have it on your phone. But the good thing about it is that you can use it on your laptop computer or your stationary computer.
So what is the address? I'm gonna just put it on the screen. What is the address?
Timeoutmelody.com.
Melody.com. Okay, great. I'm gonna just show it now. Yeah, while you're talking.
Yeah, but you have to be logged on to get into to the. But maybe you can do that.
No, people can go after themselves. Yeah, should we have a film?
No, you're just putting it there, right? I thought you were going to log on.
No.
No. Good. Well, the special thing about this app, which is really unique, we think, is that it has relaxing music and music to heal yourself on it, and it's my music. But the good and the special thing is that it has categories that you can log into. It's free for anyone, and there is quite many free features. But if you want to have all the features, you have to pay a small amount to have all the features and to be able to listen to everything. But the good thing about this is that you have categories, so you can click into categories like sleep well, and there you can listen to pieces of music which has been specially composed to get you sleepy and support your sleep. And you can play 1 minute, you can play 3 minutes, you can play 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 30 minutes. And they're specially, so it's very easy on a phone or on your iPad or whatever, or your stationary computer. You just click on, let's say I need 30 minutes for the sleep one. Or you're worried about something, then you go in and we have a category called worry relief. And then you just take a 3 minute there and listen to that and that. Oh, okay, and now I'm not worried anymore. I'm not saying it works that quick, but it's actually, we have people saying it's really helping them with different things, anxiety and joy and happiness and pain, stress relief, etc.
And you said you have a giveaway for people with Timeout Melodies little PDF. What is it about?
Yeah, if you go on the front page on the timeoutmelody.com, as it says down there, there is a tab at the top which is called 3 steps, and 3 steps is 3 easy steps to get relaxed in 3 minutes.
Very
3
nice.
very easy steps.
Maybe
So try them.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to play that short clip now about timeout melodies.
That'll be good. Yeah, great.
Yeah, I'm gonna share that now. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen video. So we'll show you what Theo is talking about. Let's see, TOM video. Yeah.
Yeah, and there you'll hear different kind of music.
Just take some deep breaths, beautiful people, and be alive. Short and sweet. Lovely.
Yeah. And there
I
you also
really like it.
You saw that they just clicked the number of minutes I want to listen to.
So then, yeah.
And I said, we say music is medicine.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it literally can regulate your hormones. It can completely help you with your anxieties and stress. It can help you regenerate while you sleep. It can open your heart chakra. I mean, the amount of benefits is endless. And as I said, anybody who would like to get a little booklet that is written about benefits of music, just put your email in the comment box and we will send it to you. It's really, really lovely. You will be astounded. And it will also help people understand why, for example, they are reacting to certain frequencies. Like you mentioned, Theo, something about heavy metal and other aggressive music. It actually increases your aggression. People react to it very strangely, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very powerful music, what it can do. And you have memories and so on connected to music a lot. We know that because when we hear some kind of hit music that especially from our youth, where you can suddenly smell things and feel how was this experience with the first love or something like that. This is really, really powerful.
It is.
I was thinking if I could explain a little bit about how we talked about frequencies, but there's also another thing about what kind of music that helps healing, and that's how I use the instruments. And this is what I have this ability to do that intuitively, and then afterwards I can always check: am I doing it? Am I doing it correct? Because it's a sort of science in itself that some instruments support the different chakras better than others. So, well, maybe it's kind of logic, or to me anyway, a little bit. I feel it, that if you have the root chakras, when we have deep tones like pauga, the timpani and the orchestra, or you have a deep bass or the tuba, the lower instruments in the lower body parts, and then in the higher body parts, when you have the flute and the high voices and the violin and so on. But where does the piano belong? Is that in the middle and so on? It's not that easy that you can say, but we have different instruments that are connected to the different energy chakras in the body.
Yeah.
And that's a sort of a science in itself, and I think that is very interesting to work with. I remember way back in it was in 1992 or three. I had a job. I should make music for. No, it's not that early. It must be in '95 because it was a website.
Yeah.
One of the first websites, and it was a company who made chairs, and they wanted to have some exercises to put on online. It's very very advanced at that time. So they put up these exercises that stand by the chair and you take your arms up and so on. And then they wanted to have music for the different parts of the body. So so my task was to make a little piece of music that helped the shoulders, for instance.
Okay.
And then I said to myself, "Oh, I'll use the chakra that belongs to this part of the body, the throat here, throat chakra, and so I composed that kind of music, and that was sort of something that they got on top of what they actually asked for, because they just asked for some music that was you could make, but I didn't make that kind of music. I made some relaxing music that was a little bit in a tempo that they could make these exercises, but it wouldn't get them more stressed for sure.
I would hope not. We don't need any more stress these days.
No,
We need,
no.
the situation that we are in right now. Also, we believe we are already increasing the frequency of our being, and we're creating a new world, of course. So we're not so influenced by the fear that is still present in 3D. However, the fact is that we can at times drop to those circumstances, especially if people still today watch news or they allow themselves to be controlled by certain things. So what would your advice be for people to have a very good emotional, mental, and physical health using music? What would you advise them to do or to listen to, actually?
Are we only talking about musical wise, or are we talking about generally?
Go for it. Start with the music.
Well,
Your expertise.
first of all, don't listen to the mainstream
No.
radio. I would say don't listen to the mainstream radio, and news. It's not. It's not the truth you get there anyway. It's manipulate everything, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So music-wise, use Spotify. It's very good. Or use our Time Out Melody app, web app. But you can, of course, you could say, why not use Spotify for what you just have on Time Out Melody? It's not exactly the same, because we have these categories, and you wouldn't find that on Spotify. You'd find, of course, you can go in and you can search for pain relief, but then you just get a playlist with 400 tracks, and they're not all, to be honest, they're not super good, all of them. But I shouldn't talk bad about my
Well,
colleagues.
people need to. We always encourage people to tune into the higher knowing, and everybody is responsible. And we can only guide and we can give advice. However, everybody must feel themselves and critically think what is also serving their best good. And the fact is that if you're listening to things that are vibrationally not at certain frequency, you will be influenced. So for me, to eliminate news was one of the first things I have done, because they really they did not make me feel good because of the lies that were being told there. But we can watch things consciously from higher frequency. We can watch it if we want to. But my question is, why don't you want to just do something that helps you create your heaven on earth? Why do you need to watch something that doesn't really, first of all, it's not true, it's a manipulation, and second of all, well, how does it make you feel, right? So people need to be able to make better choices. And Spotify or your website, Timeout Melody, you can go and you can search. So if you want to feel, I want to feel relaxed, I want to go to sleep peacefully, well, you can do that. You don't need to be subjected to, so to speak, agenda that is, well, different than building heaven on earth realities, right?
No, true.
Yeah.
I'd also say that speaking about the news that you talk about, because some of the listeners or viewers here would say, but where do we get the news from then if we can't see? But there's so many very good groups. I'm on Facebook quite a lot, and I think we have if you're selective, really select what's good for you, as you also mentioned. Feel in your heart, is this a good group for me? Does it resonate with what I find is the truth? There's a lot of good, very good groups where people share their knowledge with, and a lot of it is, of course, rubbish, because we all. But you should judge for yourself and say,
Yeah.
well, wouldn't you say that? Where do you get your news from, Natalia? I mean,
First of all, I create my reality, first of all, right? So I am not interested in things that I'm not interested in, because there's just so much information out there that if I want to know something about traveling to another country, I will go and I'll find it. But I don't need to be told that something is being right now decided there and there and there all the time. So therefore, I am not interested, like Socrates said. I'm asking 3 questions. What you are saying to me right now, is it positive? Is it negative? Is it something that is directly connected with my life? Is it about someone that I know? If it's not, then I'm not interested. So I am not watching news, because it doesn't add to my growth and my evolution. What adds to my growth and evolution is building my skills, helping co-create a new paradigm of existence, actually. So therefore, I'm not watching the news, because it doesn't do anything for me. And I've not been doing this for 12 years, and well, I managed to be successful. So it's not needed. Actually, I believe, Theo, that people like you and the guests on this podcast, we are literally creating a new paradigm that did not exist. I mean, it does not exist. We're creating new reality, new matrix, by the frequency that we're increasing ourselves, you as millions of light workers all over the world. We're creating literally another reality. Don't you think so?
Yeah, we are. And I will also say that I can only speak from my own, from my own. But we're not really seeing many people who are not having the same kind of view on everything like we have. And when I say we, it's my wife and I, and our daughter, and so it's not it's not possible to totally be out of the say the 3D life. Not at all. You can't, because you have to go sometimes to the library or
grounded in this reality.
But I mean, I'm not really mixing, and that's another thing. What I did about a year ago, I was sharing a lot of alternative stuff on my page about the whole situation, what's happening, and the COVID and all that. And I have 5,000 friends on my profile, so I got a lot of people who are not interested in those. Yeah, they're not. So they, hey, and then they had a lot against my my posts, and it was just a lot of quarreling and not agreeing on anything, and it took my energy. So I decided, from now on, it's only positive about my music, and family pictures and so on. I share a lot of that because I don't have anything to hide, and we live a lovely place here, so I take pictures from the place and share that, because that's also in my music videos and so on. So it's all been a lot more positive, and when I want to comment on these political things that I like to do, then I just do it in the groups where people have the same kind of
idea.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we have not been in touch for quite some time, but I am now 13 months in a mystery school with the Sophia Code. That is,
I know you are.
A living transmission from the highest, from the seventh plane, you can say. And we believe that we cannot influence this reality from this level of consciousness, because that only will feed the field of fear and it will add energy to it. So we need to awaken what is called the divine genome within us, or different people call it differently, but we all are divine, and we all have crystalline DNA that needs to be awakened. And that is what we are doing. So we're becoming more and more light and love. And once we are coming from that level and look at the situation in this so-called 3D reality, we are literally downloading solutions from the highest planes that can influence this situation. But if you're going to fight it head on head, well, it's not going to be very, very pleasant.
No.
It's never really pleasant, honestly, to be confronted with this kind of energy. However, my point was that you can be much more successful with overcoming this kind of frequency if you come from a very high light being position, as opposed to just mere human. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, we like those topics, I know, but let's go back to the music now.
Right.
So tell me a little bit more about, or tell our viewers actually, because we started talking about Ho'oponopono, we've never shown the clip. You made a clip that combined the mantra, which would help people heal on the deepest level, and really take care of their frequencies, right? And that is combined with certain frequency of music, certain instruments. How is that together?
Say that again, please.
The mantra, the Ho'oponopono mantra, it's combined with certain frequencies, or how did you compose that music?
Well, this is also intuitively composed, simply, and people like it. I'd like to ask others to look into it and come up with some, what do you call it, review it.
Yeah. And they liked it.
Yeah, it's been a success. What I want to say is that in the timeout melody, we also have songs there, but most of them are instrumental music. And but this Ho'oponopono is a song, and I've been writing both instrumental music and songs. And right now I'm making actually Danish songs in the Danish language. So if people go on my YouTube channel, they'll find that some of the first almost 10 songs are in Danish. So they just have to go a little bit further down. There are 42 songs on my music videos on my playlist for music videos. So there's a lot, and most of them are in English. I don't suppose you have any Danish listeners.
Well, we don't know, because there's just in the group we have 2,400 members, but we are going live on many different platforms, so you never know who is going to be magnetized to this podcast. But in any case, obviously the language of the Lovetarian way is English language, because it is so far a universal language. And whomever is going to be there, they will find whatever it is that they need, and they will also, I'm sure, choose it intuitively, because don't you sometimes choose music intuitively sometimes, like I listen a little bit, how does that feel? Then I listen to the next one. Like my all-time favorite of yours is Primavera, for example.
Well, it is the most
Love it.
it's the most listened to song of all time. Yeah, there are two versions. There's a shorter one, 3 minutes something, and then there's a 6-minute version from two different albums.
And that song, what was the inspiration for that song? Was it a spring energy?
Yes, it was, and I composed it in Spain. I think it was around 2004, 2005. I remember it very clearly. The evening, and we recorded it one of the next days with Pepe Bonai on the guitar and Armando Fernandez on the solo violin, and then I played all the other instruments.
So what is the feedback that people give you? I mean, you had gazillions of tracks downloaded and people know your music for many, many, many years. But what is like the predominant testimonial that people tell you what they feel when they listen to your music? Well, I know what I feel, but I want you to tell us what you're
But
getting.
it's something like otherworldly and relaxing and emotional and these kind of positive things they talk about.
I must say that some of your tracks, they really help with emotional release a lot. Some are very soothing. Others are, hormone balancing. Others are really just the heart feels like, oh, yeah. So there's a lot for everything, huh?
I'm happy to hear that. What is really the most important to me is the melody. It has to be touching, sort of. It has to be because that's something when I compose. If I don't get, and this sounds maybe a little bit for others, they'll say, oh, he likes himself.
Well, we can't control what other people.
I get chills up here, the spine. If I get that, and then the hairs, they raise on my head, or my arm. When I'm composing a piece, then I know it works.
We give people a little taste now. We play this Ho'oponopono track. So if people would like to just take some deep breaths, you can even close your eyes and tune into when Theo is repeating this ancient, beautiful healing mantra and the music is playing in the background. I mean, you can really experience beautiful healing if you allow it and just touch your heart and just relax. And how long is that track, Theo?
3 minutes something, I think.
Okay.
Around 4 minutes.
Shall we play it?
And but they should wait till closing their eyes till after the intro, because I'm speaking there and showing something. There's a little chart there, but that will explain something as well.
Okay, great. I'm gonna play it now.
Good.
Hold on. There we go.
I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you.
Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian practice that I do. And I've written this song using 4 simple sentences that help healing myself and thereby others. I have tuned my song to a 432 Hz universal resonant frequency. Among others, 432 Hz music works to balance both hemispheres of the brain, forcing them to work in harmony. Enjoy.
I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono cleaning. Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Ho'oponopono, ho'oponopono cleaning. Ho'oponopono, ho'oponopono cleaning. What's going on in me causing this problem? I'm cleaning programs that are holding me back from zero state. I clean my memory and I get ideas from inspiration. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you.
Thank you. That was lovely. I enjoyed it a lot. So that is one of the songs people can find on your website, also on YouTube, right? Is it also on Time Out Melody? Oh, I can't hear you, Theo. I think some sound went
That's
off.
because I turned this off.
Yeah.
Now I'm on again.
Yeah.
Yes, it's on the website as well. But YouTube channel, you can just search for me there, Theo Newton.
Yeah.
But maybe we should explain because it can be a little bit confusing for some people. I have two names.
Yeah. Well,
well,
you know, a lot of people from our audience, they changed the name too, so you're not the only one.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
so people would know that we also talk about frequencies there in the name when you change the name, of course. Numerology, quite important thing, but that's not the only reason for me changing. It was the main reason, I must say, but also my name before Theo Newton was Torben Thoger, and in Danish it's Tøger. And you know, it's been actually a problem. I heard from my when I released all these instrumental albums in 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the Americans, they said, we have a problem here because people can't remember your name. They might remember Torben, but other people are also called Torben. So if they searched for me Torben, it was not really coming up as the first one, you know. So, but this surname, Thoger, Tøger, T-H-O with a stroke, G-E-R, Tøger in Danish, difficult. So no problem for Danish people, but I had actually most success, international success, America, India, and places like that. So, new name, Theo Newton, can be pronounced by anyone. And I say Theo because this is the way we say in Denmark and also Spain, actually. But you can also say Theo if you like.
So you change your name. Yeah, you change your name, you change your frequency.
Exactly. Yeah. And I got some frequencies that are much better for international business and spirituality and my private life with family and so on.
Oh, so that's right. You moved, right? When did you move from Spain to Denmark?
Last year, in the 1st of September, we moved to Denmark. We lived 12 years in Spain.
I know, we were almost neighbors.
Yeah, we were. But you know, it was lovely years in Spain. The reason why we moved was actually a couple of reasons, but the main reason was to get nearer our children and grandchildren.
Beautiful. Well, music is the language of the soul, and family is very important. And I know that Maddie, your wife, she's been very close to her daughter. She was very, she really wanted to be close to her, right?
Yeah.
So she must be so happy now.
Yeah. But our daughter lives just over here, but we have water out here. We have the fjord, the sea, and then our daughter's just over there, and they come over here on a paddleboard, actually.
Wow.
If they don't drive around. So
listening to your beautiful music, chilling on the kayak.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, well, we're coming on to an hour now. Is there something that you would like to say more about why people need to listen to more music, why to choose certain music? Some final thoughts? Maybe something about affirmations also.
Affirmations. Well, exactly. Well, I think also what we should say is that I can make special music with your own affirmations.
Yeah, you
tried that. You tried that, Natalia. So we actually do that, and we can do it very cheap, €50, special offer. Well, I want to help people, but what we can do is that you use your iPhone or your whatever mobile phone, and you record a few minutes with affirmations that you write down beforehand, and then you read them. And should we play? Can we? Do we have time for that playing?
Well,
just a little bit, just a half a minute or something like that.
I don't have the possibility to share. It doesn't. MP3 doesn't. It's only video. So
right. Okay.
I mean, people can imagine that it's the power of their own voice, which will go straight into subconscious with a beautiful vibrational music at certain frequency, right? To go straight into the subconscious, right? That's the idea.
And what we do, especially with these affirmations, is that we use binaural beats.
Yeah.
And these are you can use theta waves. And you can even go into make delta waves. I also made that for you, Natalia. So to sleep. But usually with these affirmations, you're just relaxing, and then you want to have theta waves. And this is a little bit special because there is normal music, relaxing music, and then there's another track on top of it, which is a little bit out of tune, because it's combining two tracks. And this is here, it's really smart, because that's what triggers the brain to believe that there's a difference in the frequencies, because one frequency is, for instance, just as an example, 1000, and then the other one is 993, and then there would be 7 hertz difference between. This is something that I can understand, because some of these explanations, sometimes they are really I don't understand it. I'm not a scientist, but when you have these, that makes the difference. It's a 7 hertz difference, and that's the theta waves that will trigger your brain to think that there is 7 hertz in difference, and it gets you relaxed and more alert.
So meaning whatever you're saying to yourself will actually get straight into the right place to make a change.
You get it into the subconscious.
Exactly. Because as we know, subconscious runs the show, right? We have been programmed when we were children by the age of 7 years old. And then if we don't consciously awaken and reprogram, we'll be like little robots replaying old stories, right? So that is a very good way to actually do affirmations with frequency of the music that you can listen to when you're going to sleep, and you override the conscious mind, and it will go straight into where it needs to go. So you should listen to those probably, well, now the science tells us that anything between 21 to 66 days is creating new habit. So if you would listen to it for a month, every night before you go to bed, and you would doze off, I'm sure you would have a fantastic results after a month. I have been doing those for years, and every time I have new visions and ideas, I ask Theo, and he makes me a track, and I fall asleep to it. It's nothing, it's more than like 10-15 minutes maybe, and then I will just fall asleep with it. And while I'm falling asleep, the frequency is just, you could imagine that it's just penetrating right into the place where it needs to, right? So when I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's like you wake up and you start thinking those thoughts from affirmations or empowering questions, however way you want to do it, instead of habitual thoughts that most people do actually have when they wake up. A lot of people don't understand that they can be reborn anew, they can have a new start, everything is fresh, they can create everything fresh. People replay old stories, right?
Yeah.
So using music like that with affirmations that you can help make really will help people reprogram their consciousness faster.
Yeah, and you know, an affirmation, what is that? That's like an example. My economy is I love you. My economy is fantastic. I earned, and then you say something if you like, so and so much a month or whatever, and I'm always happy. Blah blah blah. You know, do these things, and then if you're interested in this, then you should record, let's say, between 3 and 10 minutes. With a little break between every affirmation you say, and maybe that's your 70 or something like you say that, and then I would copy them, put the music over, and then give you in total 40-50 minutes, 40 something minutes, and send it back to you as an MP3 file that you can have on your mobile. And now the very most important thing about this is that, which we told you before, it goes into the subconscious, and that means that you can sleep and it works at the same time. That's important. And it would only be good. And you can even put it on repeat, this one, so if you can sleep with it the whole night, you'll get it repeated seven times or something like that, a whole night. And when you wake up in the morning, these affirmations have come true, maybe.
Well, but honestly, I have been listening to those for many years, and I am living a lot of those affirmations already manifested. And of course, we do a lot of work and so on and on. However, every little thing that we do adds to it. And you know, if you can make, as we said to the people today in this podcast, if you can make better choices, why not make even better by enhancing them, you know? So if you do affirmations already, adding frequency of music on top of your affirmations and listening to them while you're falling asleep and sleeping, it will accelerate the process incredibly. Right? So that would be very, very good. Okay, Theo, well, we're coming on an hour, so that's perfect. I will just repeat that if anybody would like to get the little booklet or any of Theo's tracks, just go to his website, theonewton.com, or Time Out Melodies. Make comments on this podcast wherever you're watching it, whether it's YouTube or it's Facebook or one of the groups, and ask to be sent details. Then we will inform you how you can get affirmations done by Theo, how you can get the booklet, whatever you want. Just ask. Be proactive.
And you are very welcome to add me on Facebook. It's just Theo Newton.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you so much.
I'd look forward to that. Be great to be friends there.
Yeah, hold on, Theo. I'm just gonna say thank you to all the viewers. And next week we are going to come back once again with Tams in German. She is a wonderful crystal lady and a psychic, and we'll talk about, well, energies of stones and energies of the earth and tarot and, well, a lot of things. So tune in next week, and we will continue with Tamsin as a returning guest. And every Monday at 11:11 in the Lovetarian Way group, Tamsin is sharing cards with us for the group. And I must say, they were super relevant for me. Every week, I've been very much in alignment with them while I listen to Theo's music.
Oh, good.
Win. Okay, guys. So, and girls, if you want, if you would like some more information or the booklet, or if you would like to have Theo make you affirmations, just send comments, send information in the comments box. Yeah, that's what I meant. And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I'm going to end this broadcast now. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.